Hi loves, you welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So guys, in this video we're going to be making a sewing tutorial of the previous pattern drafting I made. So guys, if you've not seen the last video I made, you can do well to go and see that so you can understand what I'm about doing here. So guys, without much further ado, let's get into it. So guys, I've gone ahead to place this on a bias form. So a bias form is basically when you fold the dress into a triangle. So it's not like the normal rectangle we always cut, like just fold the clothes into two or something. This is just like folding it like a triangle. So because I want the hemline of the dress to be very beautiful, that's flowy, like look. I don't want it to be straight, just straight from the waist down. No, I want it to have a flowy look. So that's the reason I folded it in triangle form. So guys, moving on, I've placed it now and you can see me cutting it. I've already measured the length. You can see where the chalk mark, that's where I measured that the length of the dress would be, because my client wants it to flow a little bit. This part is the most complex part because now you have to determine how long you want the dress to be, and you have to also make sure that it's enough for the front and back, not just because you're folding it in a very unusual way. It's not like you folding a dress in a square or something to cut out. No, this is a triangle. That means you are wasting a lot of material, so you have to put in consideration if it's going to be enough for the front and back before going ahead to cut. So the trick that I used was to cut it's 3 yards here in Nigerian, I think 3 meters. Yeah, so I had to cut it into two. I was like, okay, at this point, however length it gives me, I will go with that. So I had to, at the end of the day, still come out with something, but you just have to be very careful, guys. This is a tricky part. So at the end of the day, I cut it and it was so nice and it turned out very beautiful. So you can see how I'm cutting it, guys, and I'm still going ahead to leave a little allowances at the side because, like I said, I'm not going to be adding a zipper to this dress. So I just had to make sure that I got the desired length that I needed. So guys, moving on to the back cutting, you can see that I've gone ahead to place it on a bias form 2, and I've already marked where the length of the front stops so they can both be equal. So you can see me cutting it now. So guys, you can see how the back turned out to be. Like I said, the little opening at the back I made. But guys, if I'm going to literally correct something on the pattern paper, I would ask you at the center front, you can see where the center of the circle I made, that's the center front. I would actually advise you, like, just like make a dart at the center of the back. Just divide the back pattern into two, just like you're making your darts. Then take out maybe 1 inch or half inch from the back, just depending on how much allowance you give, so there's no gaping. Because at the end of the day, mine gaped a little, but because I'm a fashion designer, I had to improvise. I had to like tie it in a way that, okay, it forms a cowl at the back too. But in case you don't want that to be the case, just make sure that you deduct a dart. Just make sure that you deduct something from the center so it doesn't gape. So that's the only correction I'd want to make. Please guys, click the subscribe button. That's how you keep encouraging me. That's how you make my channel grow. Thank you so much. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out 3 straps. So now 2 will act as the sleeveless hand, while the other one the smaller one will act as the connection that will go at the back. That is the straps that will connect the rope from the front to the back and to the center of the center opening we made. So guys, you can see me cutting the other ones. So that is about 4. I'm going to be needing 4 pieces of it, 2 for one side of the back and 2 for the other side of the back. So that's what it is. I'm going to cut out about 4, just 4 of it. So guys, after cutting out the dress, you can see how it looks. You can see the facing. You can see how the face looks, guys. It looks very perfect. You can see that is how to get a perfect facing for your cowl neck, guys. Unless you can just draft the pattern, just in case your material is not enough, you can just cut out the facing and cut it out on a piece and still attach it. But I just didn't want a line running in front. That's the reason I cut the facing and the dress at once. So now I'm going to make a notch at the facing. That's where the straps are going to be attached. You can see me making a notch, so go ahead and make a notch on yours also to know that that is where the folding is going to start, and that is where you're going to attach your sleeves. So now guys, moving on to attaching the straps. You can see me taking one of the straps. Just do it exactly as I'm doing it. Just open up the facing, the place you made a notch, the place I made a notch. Now I'm just going to attach the straps and pin it down, making sure that the straps is on the inside. You get, so it's not on the outs, it's not on the wrong side this time around. You just have to place it on the inside. And I'm going to also do the same thing on the other side of the material. So now guys, after pinning the straps, the both straps in place, you can see just place them inside on the material. After pinning them in place, I'm going to run a stitch from the top to the end of the armhole slant. You can see that, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I will show you what it looks like. So now guys, after running a stitch on both sides of the armhole just to secure the straps, you can see how it looks already. So I'm going to trim off the excesses and also make a notch, because after making a notch I'm going to sew on the right side just to make the facing, to secure the face. So guys, go ahead and run a stitch in between the stitches you made so that the facing can relax properly. So now guys, I'll introduce the back piece. So you can see that I've gone ahead to cut out a facing. This is just like how you cut out your neck facing. It's no big deal guys, so just cut it out however way you want the facing to be, just exactly as just make sure that the top is the same as the piece. So now I'm just going to align the back piece and fold it into two just to make a notch where I want the straps holder to be. So remember guys that I said that 2 straps for each side of the dress. So I'm just going to fold my back piece into 2. You can see I've already gone ahead to make notches. So just make a random notch. You can see at that other side, at the center, just divide it by 2 to know where your straps holder are going to be. Then at the other top, divide it by 2 to know where your straps holder are going to be. So it's not like a standard measurement. I just had to divide each side of the piece by 2 and just to get where I'm going to place this straps holder. So that is what I basically did. I didn't do a standard measurement. I just divided the top you're looking at into 2 and I marked it and I made a notch. At the other side I did the same thing just to get where I'm going to place the straps. So now placing the material on the right side, I'm going to pin the straps holder in place where I made a notch. You can see the notch I made previously. So go ahead and figure where you know that from the front the strap can align and hold the back. So that is what I did basically there. And I'm going to pin the straps holder in place. Sorry, my camera shifted there a bit, but that's just what I'm doing. I'm just pinning the straps, folding it into 2 and pinning it on that notch I made previously. So now guys, I'm also going to go ahead to figure out where I want the other straps to be. So now like I said, I'm going to fold that into 2 as well and make a random notch. So this is just me eyeballing a place I know that it's going to be perfect for it, because it's going to be coming from the front to the back and from the back to the sides of the piece, like to the center sides of the piece. So now this is what I got after making the notch. I'm also going to place it like I did for the top side. So just go ahead and place it and pin it. Make sure that it's falling on the right side of the material. So because you're going to join a facing on it, you're going to stitch it, you're going to hold it down with it. So after successfully pinning my straps holder in place, I'm going to introduce the facing material. So make sure that they are facing right side facing each other. You can see how I'm placing it and making sure that the straps holder you place are resting on the back side of the dress. So now pin your facing in place like I'm pinning mine. Pin it in place to secure the stitch. Just run a stitch from the top to the end of the other top of the dress. Okay guys, we're almost coming to an end of this tutorial. and I'm already excited. So after joining the facing, after putting it in place, and this is what it looks like, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the excesses and also make a notch, and make sure you are pressing as you are stitching all the things. So make sure to align, press, cut off, make a notch where needed be. So this is a facing, just make sure you iron it properly so that it relaxes, and you make a top stitch on it so that it can relax very beautifully. You can see how the strap holders are looking already. You can see how beautiful they are looking. So I'm just going to place the front on it. So because I want to conceal the armhole stitches, you're going to see how I'm placing. Just watch carefully, guys. Place the front on the back, right side facing each other, and you're just going to grab one of the facing. So probably I'm just going to grab the front facing and turn it towards the back facing. So at the end of the day, I'm holding four pieces, the back facing, the front facing, and the front and back pieces. You get what I'm saying? So that is how to conceal the stitches. I'm only going to weave the other part, but from the armhole it's going to be neatly finished. So that is the trick to finishing your armhole very beautiful. Just place the front facing each other and just grab one of the facing, but probably I just grabbed the front facing and I turned it towards the back facing. So now I'm holding four pieces and I'm going to stitch it together. After stitching it, then I'm now going to turn it over by grabbing the straps, and it turns out neatly. That is the tricks to finishing a proper armhole. So guys, at the moment my weaving machine is bad, so I'm just going to go out there and weave my clothes. So after weaving it, just all you have to do just to align it. Just align it front side facing each other and run a straight stitch, and also weave the hemline and also run a stitch, guys. That is basically it, and that is the end of this tutorial. So guys, bye, see you on my next video. Stay safe out there. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.